There are some gentlemen sitting at the back from TORI. They are terribly bright, terribly able, but modest, which my wife says is the exact opposite of me. You'll find that the issues we've been discussing from a financial services perspective, if your organization is 1,000 plus, it will manifest itself somewhere along the line in your IT infrastructure, and guys like Martin, Robin, the two Chris's, Danny and Costas have been working these scenarios from an IT perspective for the past couple of months, but they're terribly shy, so you do need to rip the business cards from them. Likewise, a big thanks to Eversheds, who are still here, and Hunter and Williams, who are here as well. Please do grab hold of their business cards and pick up some of those scenarios. You never know. We heard from Andrew there were 3 or 4 scenarios, in fact, indeed 5 scenarios. Aaron spoke about data as gold, which I love, the concept of a gold rush and where do I protect my data. Jeremy emphasized the global dimension that the City of London had, and Sir Malcolm actually indicated a little bit about the soft power that we probably underestimate on this particular topic. The Chinese, when they have their annual meeting, is over 2 days. The first day is GDP, which we're obsessed about because we read the FT every day. The second day is about soft power, which is about how we influence the world through arts, culture and science. My contention is we tend to take some of that soft power for granted. Look at the building we're in. Look at the building we're in. But it's not all good news. Firstly, the bad news. Manufacturing and agriculture, which is the thing that people have been leaning on, and every politician worth their salt has been having pictures taken at JLR and Sunderland. That's great, apart from the fact it's only 17% of our base. And in terms of competing on the global rather than Euro stage in those markets, you're looking at dramatically lower cost base. And it's fine talking about working in new markets. We actually need something to sell. Our labour productivity in the UK is 17% behind France. 17%. I had to keep repeating this to Martin, CEO of TORI, because he didn't believe me. And that reflects underinvestment and operational efficiency. Our school leavers are 28th in the league of mathematical attainment. As I said, it's not always good news. And it won't come as a surprise to you, those who travel on the Southern Rail, that the World Economic Forum ranks us 33rd in terms of quality of infrastructure. As Jeremy mentioned, 60% of jobs, specifically within London across the UK, are based in financial services, tourism, hospitality. Precisely those jobs that which demand free movement of people and which will be dramatically affected by Brexit. One small example, we currently have 100,000 Chinese students here paying to go to university. We're going to turn that off. They bring $2 billion a year to this great capital. So that's a bit of the bad news and context. As a Barbadian, the glass is always half full and my mind is always half on a beach, but some of the facts are quite important. One of the things that Jeremy also spoke about is there has been a debate about financial services moving to Frankfurt. I've been to Frankfurt. The reason most people live here, be that, by the way, we have more billionaires per square mile than anywhere else. The reason so many businesses, billionaires, tech firms reside in the UK is because it's a great place to be. I could dress it up somehow, but it's just a great place to be. And that's why it happens. The confluence of ideas, finance, security, education, diversity make Britain the #1 destination for a lot of people. Now, I know we want our wine from France and we want to build a house in France and we want a holiday in France. We just don't want to be partnered with France. And we've had that schizophrenic view of Europe, as Sir Malcolm Rifkin has said, that dysfunctional view of Europe post-Waterloo. And I don't think, there'll be some Euro jobs in the moon, but I don't think this is going to change post-Brexit. Indeed, there is some evidence that the BRIC countries, remember them, BRIC? We don't talk about that anymore, we're obsessed with Europe, BRIC companies, are queuing up, Australia, Canada, Caribbean, gearing up to boost trade with Britain once we're free from EU trade legislation. Indeed, a very naughty economist suggested that why don't we have free movement between New Zealand, Canada and Australia, and rather, if we could manage that, rather than being the 5th largest economy in the world, would be the 4th largest economy of the world as a £5.7 trillion powerhouse. So on that note, thank you for your attendance, the glass half full view. It's been an eclectic morning. I hope you enjoyed it. And please show your appreciation for the speakers in the usual way.